Hello, welcome back to the channel. Just a quick vlog. I'm at RS Motorsport over at, are we Durham or Newcastle? Where are we? Washington. You've heard us mention Bill before. This is his place. There's stuff everywhere. Check this out, right? Hang on a minute. It's quite a small unit, but the first thing you see when you walk in is this RS200 here. Beautifully finished, straight as a die. It's Bill that's supplied us with the rear screen, so my rear screen is the same. Can we see in there? So this is a full base frame chassis car. He sells the chassis, all the panels, full kit, everything that you need to build one, or he'll build a car for you. He's building this car, which will be for sale. So these pods are separate, my pod isn't separate. The roof's quite different, dips down a lot there into the intercooler. Obviously you can see how these vents are supposed to look now, or how they look originally. Very different to my kit. My kit's just got a rolled edge around there, and I've took all this away, and the vents ended up a similar size intake really. Obviously these are all opened up and these are funneled as well into pipes. Inner arch is all done. When's this one going to be ready then, Bill?
Well, it's got to fit in between you, but ready to put the work.
Zia looks sat at his computer, designing stuff. Right, so first of all, like, after the RS, so that is the start of a 6R4 shell,
Yeah.
but it's a metro shell.
Yeah, what I did was, because if you know, it's getting more difficult to
Find a metro, yeah.
a decent condition metro, so I just I made a three polycarbonate one.
Yeah.
Fiberglass one.
Yeah. What are these up here?
Lancia RS4 polycarbonate.
Sitting part bodied on a chassis. This is part built
that
car.
Chassis is 100% accurate replica of an original car.
Wow. 200% accurate Lancia RS4 chassis, and one with the body going on, and you've got the moulds to make as many as you want. You've got a load of formed polycarbonate, is it? Or
Yeah, that's for the 6R4 mid-screen between.
yeah, because I noticed on that one at Jonathan's, the moulding's on. That's one of my favourite bit. Like, it's just such a nice touch.
So you can get some people do it in GRP fiber, but I think they look better than that.
Yeah, no, it does. It looks great. And again, you got all the moulds for that as well, eh? And so, when was the last time you built an S4?
Well, I haven't done one completely.
You haven't completed one. But if you had a customer, then you would drag them down and.
If I had somebody that's committed to say, yeah, I'll have one, then I'll go full guns blazing. But
So, like on price wise, something like the RS that you've built, how much does a built RS200 from RS Motorsport go out at?
for a decent spec car with a decent engine with decent parts, you probably got about 60k or something like that.
60 grand doesn't seem like a lot of money.
And to be honest, once it's done, it'll sell for anywhere between 70 and 80 grand. So
Yeah, because that's where I would have kind of valued it at, about 80 grand for a built one of these. In like this, do you know what I mean? Twin shocks, and what engine's in it?
That one's got EcoBoost.
EcoBoost. And so the Lancias, how do you have a price on those? Like,
again, I mean, these are the real deal. I mean, everything apart from the power plant and drivetrain, they'll be as per original.
Do you have a price for a chassis and a body, or have you never thought about it?
I haven't really given it much thought, to be honest.
It's crazy that you've got this stuff.
No, I've
Absolutely insane.
For an S4, a 6R4, an RS200, a Peugeot 25 T16. Full set of body molds.
Wow. And what's this car down here?
That's a customer's S4. That was built from just a normal Delta. I think it was just intended to be a static display car, but it's on the road now.
Right. So an S4 built from a Delta shell. He also makes like bed frames, like the rock and roll bed frames for camper vans. So that's sort of like his bread and butter sort of thing. Yeah, that pays for his rent, so he can play with the good stuff. But for a small workshop, he's really well equipped, and he's really well stacked up as well. There's stuff absolutely everywhere, and multiple parts of things as well. You're well stocked up for parts, aren't you?
Yeah.
There's a load of A-frames up there. And you've got that intercooler there. I need one of them. So if someone was interested in one of these S4s, where would we be starting? It's got well, there's a
10k for a chassis.
10k for a chassis.
Yeah, that's before you even strike a pot.
Yeah, and then you're probably going to be about 10k for the body. Be it that's I'd say that would be a fair price on it. So around about 20 grand for the kit to start a project that's just so unbelievably rare. What do you think's more rare, those or? Yeah.
There's quite a few people do RS200.
There is, yeah.
There's quite a few people do 604s, Audis. So I thought I'd go with the Lancia because it was most successful.
And how on earth did you acquire the moulds? Did you get the car moulded?
I borrowed from a good friend of mine a full set of original panels and took the moulds from them.
Wow.
And he gave me because he's got a car, original car. He gave me a lend of it for a few minutes, and I put it on the car through the whole thing. I've got a chassis jig.
So you are the only person who's got that. Nobody else has went to that extreme.
I think there's a couple, 2 or 3 people in Italy do it.
It's mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing.
You know, if you get one of these done properly, you're looking at anywhere between 80 and 100 grand.
Yeah, you're going to be towards 100 grand, like a build. Yeah, definitely, because you know, motor. It depends what you're going to do motor-wise, doesn't it? But there's another 100 grand if you're doing it right.
Yeah, well, obviously, you can't get a proper Tri-Flux engine way on the can, but if you buy just a short engine from Italy, people still need it.
Yeah.
You know, 50 grand for an engine. So I was thinking to make a twin-charged Mitsubishi Evo, because there is a company that actually does a twin-charged Mitsubishi Evo engine.
Yeah.
So I was going to use that, but I haven't got that far yet. But I've got everything in my mind that I know what I want to do with it. You know, I've got all the chassis and suspension parts and the second motor. So the engine and gearbox is the final chapter really. But like I say, I've got in my mind's eye what I want to do with it, but just getting on with it. Somebody's to consider, to have one, and quite on with it. But right now, I've got the time.
Yeah. Someone buy one of these cars. You need to build one of these cars. Give Bill some money because he needs to build it. So you haven't built one. Like talk about an unfinished project. Like he needs to finish this project, but he needs a customer to finish it for. What an opportunity! I know it's a lot of money, but the opportunity outweighs it if you've got the money and you're into Group B rallying.
Yeah, there's 2 cars up there, one for you, one for me.
Hey, brilliant. Well, thanks for letting us have a look about, Bill.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I love it. I'd love to see you in a bigger workshop with a team of lads building these cars at higher numbers. So, if anybody's got deep pockets and want to like just fucking live out a dream. Anybody having a midlife crisis, you know,
Yes, mate.
this is for you.
Well, I want to see midlife crisis. End of life, almost end of life crisis.
Yeah, I know, you need to hurry up, Bill. You need to get these fucking cars built. We'll leave you with that absolutely awesome logo. Right, so where am I?
You're at Dontine.
Dontine.
Yeah, in Washington.
In Washington. So Dontine make, this is Mike from Dontine, and they make, it's gear based.
It's a gear design, and we also do gear development. but we integrate our software with a lot of machine tools, and including this device it's actually built by Renishaw, but we create like a control system for it to monitor production coming off the machines, and we sell a complete unit.
So this tests what's been made. It checks that everything is
correct,
absolutely perfect.
Yeah. And the big thing about this one is traditionally you have to have it temperature controlled, you have to have it in a workshop, but that creates a bottleneck. This one can check every part that's coming off at the machine. That's the big deal.
According to what temperature it is.
Yeah.
And then I walk past this thing.
See some of the holograms we use at our exhibitions. These are some of the software offerings we can do. Just projected onto holograms.
That's insane. And so do you like make these things, or is this the thing that you bought in?
I think that came from Czech Republic or something a few years ago. We bought it via a UK company.
That's brilliant, isn't it? And it shows like your stuff very clearly. Obviously you could do it on a screen, but yeah, that's amazing. We're looking at a hologram there, so and it just looks like a screen.
Yeah. It looks the same for when you're walking down a corridor at an exhibition. It looks like you can see it from any direction. It's suspended in space. So it shows like one of the projects we did with a well-known center metal company to create a drive attached to an electric motor. Obviously that's the big deal these days, electric motor. It just shows a lot of people that gears are still there just because it's an electric vehicle. You can see in the amount of gears that are still involved in a gearbox.
Yeah. And what are some of the companies that you work with?
We've got quite a range. We've got tier ones, we've got Honda, Ford, Toyota, GM, things like that. In the UK we've got a lot of aerospace companies like Leonardo, Hill Helicopters and Collins Aerospace.
So what I'm here to see Mike about wasn't this. I didn't even know he did all this. He also has a brewery, so I'm here to see him about beer, and I don't drink. I'll not said anything about this yet, so I'll let you know at some point, maybe even in this video. But yeah, I'll get off for now. But yeah, thanks for that, Mike. Appreciate it. Like, I just love to see amazing stuff like that, you know. Cheers.